guys, happy October 1st and welcome back to the vlog. I'm so excited if you could not tell. This is my favorite season of the whole year. Fall brings something so exciting and I think it's just that feeling of change and going into holidays that gets me so excited. All of today I've just thought of how great Thanksgiving is going to be with my family and how much I am looking forward to Christmas and want to go ahead and start buying Christmas gifts. And part of that is just being able to enjoy the changing seasons and having a little bit of cooler weather. That being said, I want to do kind of a whole fall themed vlog. Decorating, I want to make a bunch of fall things, and I have a few ideas for some projects I want to do around the house to kind of change into a more fall feel. Now that we live in a house, I feel like I have so much more creative freedom for what I can do around the house to change it up every season, and so I'm just really enjoying this stage where I'm still kind of playing around with what I like in our home, and I really feel like I've been in a little bit of a creative lull, especially in the house since we've gotten a lot of big projects done. It's just like, okay, we kind of have everything somewhat sorted out and we're just waiting for, you know, this next big thing or furniture piece or whatever. But since the new season is kind of rolling in, I have gotten so excited to kind of jump into decorating and kind of what can I tweak to make the house feel a little bit more festive and like fall. So I'm really excited to tackle some of those projects this week. I just got home from work not that long ago. I came home to a few packages in my mailbox. I'm really excited to show you guys what came in the mail. Quince reached out to me a few days ago and asked me to pick a few items from their fall collection. This is right up my alley. I'm so excited. All of their fall collection is based around really incredible denim and knits and really cool jackets and coats and outerwear. I'm actually wearing one of the pieces that they gave to me. I was just trying it on and I never want to take it off. This might be my new favorite sweater. I'm just so impressed with the quality. This sweater is from their cashmere collection, which I have heard so much about. It's almost like an oatmeal color and I just love the fit and drape of it so much. And then the last piece that they sent me is this really beautiful down coat. It's a navy blue, kind of oversized, long quilted jacket, but it is a heavier material than just a jacket, so I'm really excited for this as it gets cooler. I don't have any coats or jackets that are navy, and so getting a piece like this just feels like a staple for my closet, and I'm so excited to use it. So thank you again to Quince for reaching out and sending these things, and I'm so excited. I'll put a code on the screen here that you guys can use for 10% off of your first purchase, and then they also gave me a link that I'll link in the bio below. One of the things that I've been really excited to do is make a wreath for our front door, and I have this whole big plan to kind of redo our front porch, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and work on the wreath, and you guys are not ready. I'm so excited. I just went out and cut a bunch of our dead hydrangeas, and my mother-in-law has a really beautiful type of hydrangea. It's more of like a tree than a bush. She just told me the name and it already slipped my mind. They have these really beautiful kind of pinkish green blooms that stay that way, and then the ones from our hydrangea bushes are just completely white, which turned green. The plan is to take all of these hydrangeas and make a wreath. I got a grapevine wreath at Hobby Lobby, which my mother-in-law actually has a few that she made, so if you ever want to make your own, it's totally possible. But I just picked mine up from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to attempt to kind of weave in each of these blooms into the wreath, and then I'm really excited because once hydrangeas dry out, they'll stay like this. They won't lose their leaves, they won't fall out. The hydrangeas near our house are turning a little bit brown because they've been scorched by the sun, but they're all dead, and once they die, they kind of stay crisp and looking just like this. This is what the grapevine wreath looks like. It is literally just sticks and grapevine wound together into a wreath. So I'm going to be winding all of the stems of the hydrangeas into the wreath. Happy Thursday. I just mixed up my sourdough, made some breakfast, and I'm now adding salt to my sourdough, which I always do like 30 minutes to an hour after I mix up everything else. I have not made sourdough in so long that I actually messed up the recipe this morning. I added 100 grams less of water than the recipe calls for, so I added it on later on in the mixing process, so I'm hoping that doesn't mess up anything too crazy. But overall, I think it'll be fine for the day, but I'm so excited to have fresh bread again. I'm about to get ready for the day, and then I'm gonna start on a project. I'm going to paint our front door black. I painted our front door kind of like a robin's egg blue this past spring, and I'm just ready for something a little bit more transitional into the colder months. All of our shutters on our house are black, and I just think that a black front door will look really classy and will complement all the festive decorations that we have for fall and then also for Christmas. Here's the front door before. I just finished the second coat and the door is fully painted. Love it so much. I think it's perfect for fall and exactly what I want to do for the front door, the front porch for fall. So I'm really excited. Now I just need to wait for this coat to dry and then we'll start the decorating process. It's a little bit later, but I finished the porch and I'm so excited to show you guys. I love how it came out. So the front door is completely finished and I hung the wreath that I made yesterday. And then I found this mat at Target. It's like an outdoor textured mat. And so I just put it underneath our mat that we already had just to kind of layer it. And then I got a mum and some pumpkins from Costco. And then over here, I found this table in one of our barns that we are not using, so I just kind of dusted it off and then put this pot. It has succulents in it, and then whatever this plant is kind of taking over, but you can see the succulents in there. And then I also put some of the other little pumpkins that we have. But I'm really happy now to have a place to put a coffee mug or a book or something for this space out here. I am about to head out to grab some lunch with a friend. I'm really excited. I'm going to a local coffee shop that everyone says is the best, and I'm really excited. I haven't had a coffee in a while. Ever since we've moved, I don't feel like I have a lot of like dates to do things with people outside of the house or outside of family, so this is gonna be really fun. I met this friend through like a horse connection. She's been helping me with my horse and she's just the absolute best, and so we've hung out here and there and we've been meaning to go to this coffee shop because it's her favorite. So today we're actually doing it, which is so fun. It is such a beautiful day, though it's pretty warm. So this is what I ended up going with for an outfit. I'm just wearing this kind of cardigan sweater, which I got from Target. It's actually really, really cropped. So this is an extra, extra large, I think, if not an extra large. But I mean, they're pretty cropped. So I feel like this was just the perfect oversized fit that I was looking for. And then I have jeans on. These are my absolute favorite jeans and I love them so much. I just cuffed them at the bottom. A lot of people ask me where I get these cuffed jeans from, and they're a thrifted pair from Goodwill, but the tag says Aeropostale on them, and they're really long, which I love because I ride in them so that they're extra long for boots, but then at the same time I can cuff them and kind of customize it, and I still feel like it looks really cute. So that is what we're wearing today. My purse is out in the car. I just got back in the car from getting lunch with a friend. Now I'm grabbing gas. We met at a local coffee shop, which we don't have a ton of really great options around us here, but she told me about her favorite shop and it was so good. I got a autumn maple latte, something like that. It's like it was a brown sugar maple latte, and it is so good. I'm starting a journey of trying to add dairy back into my diet. And I've just been afraid of dairy for so long because I've just struggled with my skin for the majority of my life, really. And especially in college, I went through a really bad, almost like cystic acne journey, except it wasn't like on my cheeks, it was like in my T-zone. And so I just cut out dairy, I cut out gluten for a little bit, and I've just always been off dairy since then. And I've kind of been playing around with putting it back in my diet. I drank it in France and Switzerland, and I did feel like I broke out a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy where I felt like I was completely messed up. And then also non-dairy milks have been sounding really gross to me. I think it's just like all the fillers that they put into it. It hasn't been appealing to me. So I got lactose-free milk, and I feel like it's kind of a step in the right direction for me to feel not super scared about my dairy intake, but still like get a little bit more of a fresh dairy alternative. I got a full whole milk latte today. I'm just gonna monitor my skin and see how it's going, but I would really love to be able to be back on dairy. I just think it's so much better for you than alternative milks. Even when I make them myself, I still just feel like it's just not the same. That's kind of my little update. I'm grabbing gas, and then I'm gonna stop in a thrift store here that we have locally, but I'm not expecting anything incredible, I'll just say that. Okay, I know I said I was not expecting anything from that thrift store run, but I actually found a few cute things. Maybe I just need to like have very low expectations going in, but I will be returning because it's literally 5 minutes down the road, and it's a lot of like grandma things, definitely like true old things. I feel like there's a lot of potential. There's always a lot of furniture, so I really like that aspect, and it's really cheap. Like there was a wooden cabinet for $6, like a stand-up cabinet. I was like, okay, these prices, I could do this. I didn't really go in looking for anything in particular, but as I was just browsing, I was like, oh, I might as well just grab this because I will need this later on in life. The first thing that I got were 2 packets of these felt bows for Christmas. I know I've talked a lot about like decorations this vlog, but for Christmas, I really want to do wreaths in each of our windows with bows. And so being able to thrift things that will be outside and not last us super long is really nice. And these are brand new. I'm hoping they're all the same size, but if not, I will use them around the house. This is kind of what I'm talking about, like at the bottom of a wreath, and it has little twisty ties to attach. So I just thought these would be really cute. They're the same size, so that's really, really nice. So I got 2 packets of those. Most of what I got was Christmas stuff. They had all their Christmas things out. I came across the cutest wooden stamps. This one is like a little Christmas fireplace. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I think that it'll make such cute cards, or even for Christmas cards if I wanna decorate the back of our envelopes. I think that'd be really cute. I also got this little stamp that says Merry Christmas to and from. And then I thought this one was really beautiful. It's like a little Christmas lamp with some holly around it. I also got 2 things of 20 feet silver tinsel for our Christmas tree. I want to put tinsel on it this year. I got this really pretty spotted speckled plate. I really liked the colors. And then I saw this little bowl and I thought the same thing. It's just really cute. I really like the size of it, and it just is really well made with a blue stripe around the edge. Hi you guys, happy Saturday. It is such a beautiful day and I'm so excited for the weekend. We haven't had kind of just a chill at home weekend in a while, and of course we still want to do a few projects, but overall it just feels really nice to wake up and not have to be anywhere, not go anywhere. So we're really soaking it up. Caleb got home yesterday around 5, so we made dinner and just hung out. We were just kind of like exploring the farm. He always likes to take a look around and see how things are going when he's been gone for a while. If you hear noise in the background, we have a bunch of people here from Facebook Marketplace to look at a tractor that we're selling, so the tractor itself is pretty loud. So if you hear that, that's what that is. I am pretty excited because I have a project that has been not like top of my priority because it kind of seems like a big project to take on, but I really just need it to be done and not to think about it anymore. And I want to fix up our kitchen counter. You probably don't even notice it in the vlog, but our kitchen counter never looks clean. And that's because it has, I think it was sealed with like a beeswax finish, which is a really natural finish, which is great, but it's not very practical for kitchen use, at least not right now, whether that seal has worn off or what's happened. And so I really want to make that my project because I was making bread the other day and then I also was making biscuits last night, and I can't do any work with dough on our counter because small pieces that like stick to the counter get in my food and my dough, and it just is so gross. So I'm gonna sand it down, restain it, reseal it. That's the goal for today. I'm gonna make myself a coffee and then clean up the kitchen, and then hopefully Caleb will come in, take the top off, and bring it outside so I can start getting to work on it before it gets super late.